Tag Me with Designers Today, and I have the pleasure of sitting here at the PBM News Desk with Bobby Berk, designer, product designer, media personality. Bobby, nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And Doug Rosenboom with A.R.T. He's the VP of Product Merchandising and Marketing.
Yep.
And Bobby has just launched a collection with A.R.T. and worked very closely with Doug. So I want to talk to you about that and a couple other things.
Yeah, awesome.
So Bobby, I'm going to start with you. In a recent interview, I heard you speaking to Dennis of Business of Home and saying how Queer Eye has really given you a new platform to reach out and a new audience. So how has that helped with your partnership with A.R.T.?
You know, being on a network that's in 190 countries is a great thing. We instantly were catapulted in markets that probably my whole life I would have never been able to get in. It's impossible to get exposure in that many countries at once, but with Netflix we do. And it's here in the States, I mean, millions and millions of viewers. And so it's been really great because the show attracts such a great audience, such a loving, accepting audience that is just looking for this to feel good, looking for hope. And so it's really kind of become a phenomenon.
Yeah, I did not watch very much the former incarnation of the show, but I cry at every episode. I am touched, and it's beautiful. It's very human-centric, and you all have great synergy in your partnership. So let's talk about synergy and partnership between you two.
Yeah.
So Doug, you came to A.R.T. about a year ago.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And you have a new flagship building in High Point. So tell me, you came to A.R.T. and building and Bobby.
Yeah, I literally started, the first trip I did was to fly out to LA and meet up with Bobby because, you know, these partnerships, they're really, that word alone, partnership, we need to make sure that we can work great together and that he trusts what we're doing and we trust Bobby. And so ever since then, for a year, it's actually been quite a quick development process.
Yes,
because of the demand of the collection, and you know, Bobby's doing awesome, and the show's great, and so it was really great. And that was a year ago.
Well, I think even less than.
It seems like the development process was less than a year.
I have a question. I mean, because you've designed many things in the past, many sorts of product, but have you been kind of like keeping a folder of a design? Have you had anything in mind what you would do? Yeah,
because I mean, you know, for years I had my own stores and I designed my own collection that I'd make a little factory in LA, but never anything on this scale, never was such a great partner that gave me access to so many incredible things to make it work really well. So yeah, I definitely had a look in mind. I think we hit the nail on the head.
And with the new building, we literally carved out a whole space in the building and designed and developed what that space would look like so that Bobby can decorate it like it was his own home, so which is amazing.
So speaking of that, so you did the whole installation and made it just...
Yeah, me and my team.
You and your team.
Yeah, I have a great team who pulled it all together for me while I was in press tour doing season 2. Right now I had a new website launch, season 3 launch, and the furniture launch all in the same week. It's been a busy week.
Yes, well, a busy life, it sounds to me. And so when we go into your space at A.R.T., what are we going to feel?
Good, I hope. You know, I really wanted to make sure the collection was modern and clean, yet still comfortable and attainable. You walk in thinking, oh, this is going to be expensive, but it's not. You know, coming from a retail background and knowing what customers want and need and knowing those sweet spots on price points, I really wanted to make sure that we gave it the details it needed to look high-end, feel high-end, be high-end, but at the price points that really make it accessible to almost every type of retailer.
So like, I guess details matter and materials matter and just the mix, and so it feels much more rich than the price tag would.
Yep.
And on your show, you're working with people that are, you know, of normal means. And so will we see some A.R.T. on?
Season 3, you actually already do see A.R.T. Not my collection, but there are other collections. In the future, you definitely will see more of A.R.T. and my collection. You know, one of the things that inspired me to do this collection was constantly, all day long, I get DMs on Instagram and Twitter asking me to design their house, or where do we get those items? You know, how do I make it feel like you've designed it? And I'm like, well, now you can buy the collection and it feels like I designed it because I did. You know, and again, I wanted to make it accessible so people could really get the entire look and without breaking the bank.
And with all this busyness and international travel, you've been recently to China. How do you keep it all together?
I don't. No,
just
it
looks like he does.
You know, I think it's, to me, through all this, being catapulted into the public eye, it's just about staying grounded and spending as much time with my husband. We've been together for 15 years. He's always been my rock. Spending time with my close friends of 20 years, my family, that's what keeps me grounded. So as much as I'm gone, like when I'm home, I just want to be.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
And he's really generous with his time too. I mean, part of this project is not just a wholesale U.S. furniture launch. We're launching into our retail stores in China. So Bobby missed the Jimmy Kimmel show so that he could be with our franchisees in Shenzhen, China, just a few weeks ago. So we appreciate the partnership not only here but there, and I think it's something that we offer that somebody else doesn't, is access to a whole new market,
right.
Where we have 35 Epicenter stores and 125 A.R.T. branded stores.
And that was one of the most important things to me, is working with a company who not only had a really strong, successful business here in the States, but also in Asia.
Yes.
Asia's always been one of the markets I wanted to be in the most. My husband's from Vietnam. I feel like I was Chinese in my last life. Like, I feel at home when I'm there. And I've traveled to China a lot. And one of the first things I do when I travel places is I go and I find the furniture stores. I'm like, I want to see what they're doing. And for years in China, they weren't doing anything really great. Like, the taste level wasn't quite there. Everything was very opulent. Like, there weren't stores that really understood how to put together a lifestyle store.
Yes.
But A.R.T. does. Their flagship A.R.T. furniture stores are impeccable. Their A.R.T. Epicenter stores are, it's more for the younger crowd. The A.R.T. furniture stores are the more super high-end, beautiful stores. And they really got it. And that's one of the main reasons why I went with them. And not to mention their family story. You know, Mr. Fung literally started coming here, 30 years ago, wanting to sell to people. No one would give him the time of day. And now he has the prettiest, biggest building in High Point.
Right.
You know, it's just a beautiful story where he has built this company from nothing. You know, a lot of times people will look at, oh, you know, these big Chinese companies coming in and buying everybody, but it's just one guy who started, he started his dream as an artist, and he just wanted to make furniture, and he did it so well that they've grown and become very successful, and it's a story that I could really relate to.
Yes.
And that's really why we're called A.R.T. So he started as an artist. His wife, who's been the rock of the company as it's grown, they were both artists. They met in design school. And our brand is A.R.T., so we want to make everybody's life a work of art.
Yeah.
And that's a real kind of higher calling in this business where we're trying to sell furniture.
Right.
You know, we really impact people's lives, and that's really what drew us to Bobby, is how he impacts people. So if you're crying on every show, I mean, it really is something that really is important to people to live their best life, and we really want to be a part of that.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. One last question. Interior designers coming into your space and meeting with you, are they going to be able to purchase?
Yes, we've got special folks to deal with the design community, and we got a separate price list that people can access.
They're all set up for
We'll make sure that
business.
everybody knows where the partners are. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, we have a design or game show event that we're doing, and Bobby's going to be there. And then we've got another one on Saturday. Sorry, it is already Saturday.
Some Jeopardy.
Sunday.
I love it.
Sunday morning,
Yes.
and then Bobby's going to be speaking at the keynote series Sunday afternoon here, which is focused on the design community. So,
no, great, because I've seen some pieces. I'm visiting this afternoon, but I can tell it's super swanky, and designers are gonna bite. So,
I hope so.
congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here.
Mwah.
Thank you.
thank you.